So guys, here are 5 myths about motorcycles. Myth number 1. Motorcycles are as safe as cars, or motorcycles are not dangerous. As much as I would like to agree with this and this to be true, it's simply not. A lot of statistics show that motorcycles are a lot more dangerous than cars. I mean, the logic is simple. In cars you have the hull protecting you. You have steel, aluminum, plastic around you that will protect you in a crash. On a bike, you have nothing of that. You are pretty much exposed to all the elements, and in a crash, just hope that you don't get in a crash. Also, people like to tell me, why did you get a motorcycle? You want to kill yourself. Believe me, if I wanted to kill myself, there is a lot of cheaper and easier ways to do that than to pay for a license, get a license, buy a bike, get it registered, maintain it, and stuff like that, and then just to kill myself with it. To those people I like to say, no, I bought it to live. Because when I'm riding a bike, I feel alive. And it's just a special feeling. So yeah, I tell to those people, I ride a bike to live, not to kill myself. So that was myth number 1. Myth number 2 is motorcycles can brake harder or can stop faster than cars. Some people think that motorcycles can brake faster than cars, and this is a common misconception. But even though a car is much heavier, it is still on 4 wheels, and all of them brake. On the other hand, you have a motorcycle that is not stable when braking, and that only has 2 brakes. And another really important thing here is that the brakes on the car are not really dependent on the skill of the driver. On the other hand, on motorcycles, to brake really fast and safely, you need to have a lot of skill. You need to have good judgment and a lot of skill to brake really hard on a motorcycle. And put that all together and you will get a simple equation that will lead to the result that cars brake faster than motorcycles. The third thing is also related to the brakes, and it is the myth that if you are leaned in a corner, you cannot touch the brakes. Remember those guys when they told you, if you touch the brakes while you are cornering, you will crash. Well, they are wrong. And if you do not touch the brakes while you are cornering, you are missing out on a lot of fun and on a really special and needed technique called trail braking. What is trail braking? It is a technique that you trail the brake during your corner. It can be done with both the front and rear brake, but it is much easier to be done with the front brake. So when learning this skill, make sure to start from the front brake and to be really cautious, because if you go ham on that brake in the corner while leaned, you will crash. But if you progressively increase and decrease the brake you will just ride awesome, and you will be able to take corners you couldn't before on speeds you couldn't even imagine. So make sure that you practice trail braking. The fourth myth about motorcycles is that you will save money. Yes, maybe if you get a scooter, like 50cc scooter, and you just zoom around the town or the city, you can save a few bucks. But if you want a real motorcycle, believe me, it's a investment. You cannot save with it, because the registrations, especially in my country, the registration and insurance, it's just through the roof. And you have like those annual costs, also maintenance, oil changes, tires, stuff like that. It all costs and it all builds up. Even the gas, I mean, people forget about the gas. You need to feed the horsepowers. So yeah, the horses need to be fed, and that can stack up quite a lot if you ride a lot. And the last myth is speed kills. I mean, it's kind of true, but it's not true in most cases. There is some riders that die because they go like recklessly fast, but many of those times they could stay alive only if they had the right technique and if they could handle the speed. You can have two guys coming up to a corner with the same speed, but the first one knows the techniques and executes them all because he practiced, and it's all good. The other guy, he picks the wrong line to enter the corner. His apex is delayed and he just blows it. He goes wide. And of course he does not know trail braking, so he cannot slow down in the corner when he sees that he will go out. And if you go out on a motorcycle, you will hit a wall, you will hit a oncoming truck. So most likely it won't be a happy scenario if you go wide. That is something that can be easily fixed with some practice. So guys, these were the 5 myths I picked up for today. If you like this kind of video, put that in the comment below and I will most likely make a part 2 if you like it. Also, if you are not subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe on my channel. I'm still a small YouTube channel and every subscription means a lot. If you did not watch the other videos in English, check out my playlist. It's called English Vlogs or AN Vlogs. And also you can always watch the random observations. There is a playlist for that as well. Those are scripted in English. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it and see you next time.